Well then, it's time.
Welcome back. How you doing, James? You feeling good?
I kind of wish that I had a UNI hat. I was almost going to text you today and ask you to bring me a UNI hat and T-shirt.
Where is your UNI jersey?
I would love to scream it from the
My UNI
mountains.
jersey?
Scream it from the mountains.
I don't have a jersey.
There was no way in the world Iowa State was going to cover that crazy, outrageous number. Yeah. There was no way in the. This is my opinion. There was no way in the world. There was no way in the world.
Your opinion was a fact. I think we all saw that. Hey! You guys were at the game, right? All three of you.
There.
Different levels. Some on the field, some not.
Let's discuss the levels.
Let's.
Because one of us in here was on the field.
One was not. One was in Southern Iowa, and didn't see the game. But that being said, let's talk about levels. Who's the highest up?
It's got to be Ryan.
It had to be Ryan.
How much did you pay for your tickets, Josh?
Oh, here we go.
$0.
Shots fired.
How much did you pay, James? I'm pretty sure it's.
Oh, I didn't pay $1.
Yeah,
Nobody
I didn't
paid
think
anything.
I didn't pay $1.
Okay, so it's not about money. Cool. You just decided to be the highest up. I got it.
I just decided to know somebody who gave me the highest up.
A little less.
But I think you should give a shout out to a local athlete. Is the reason that you were on the field.
So I was on the field at the Iowa State and UNI game because Danny Rankin's my running back is getting recruited by Iowa State University because he kind of reminds them of Breece Hall, and I can't disagree with them.
You showed a Twitter clip. I think you sent it in our Snapchat group of his block, little pass pro. I think we should roll that one too, by the way. So let's make sure that the team has it.
We can do that.
Oh, we can do that. Because a defense guy, also former fullback, that pass pro is exactly what you look for.
That's all the coaches want to see.
Can a run back block?
Right, that's it.
Can you pick up the late
Can
blitzer?
Block, that's it.
And boy, did he pick up that blitzing safety.
I'm pretty sure the guy flipped.
Yeah, it was.
And that was their biggest linebacker.
It was pretty
and Danny flipped him.
It was a linebacker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Flipped him.
Yeah.
Speaking of that block, though, that might have been called as a targeting call.
No.
In last night's
In
game.
that game last night?
Well,
Last night's game.
Kidding me?
Hey, we're not on last night's
Nope.
game.
Nope.
So let's do a recap. Little recap of how we did for the Goon Squad last week on our picks. So why don't we go through just in order, or should we start with the easy ones?
No. You mean you want to do them all?
I mean, just hit them up real quick.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I think the locks that we had, Drake, obviously, Sacred Heart, obviously, pretty well.
Georgia was a lock.
Texas was a lock.
Texas.
Bama
was a lock. Notre Dame. And we're also, first of all, for people out there, we're talking about money line locks. We were locked on the money line for Bama, Notre Dame, Texas, Georgia. We were locked on the spread for Bama and Georgia. Both those hit because Bama was just doing Bama things.
And we were locked for Indiana, Iowa, for over-under. And, well,
we all took the Josh, what is my favorite?
Under Iowa.
Under Big Ten.
Every single time these Big Ten people play, I want the under.
Every time.
I want it every time. But overall, I think we did pretty well. I think Chase can attest to making him a little money. That being said,
From our opinions.
Yes,
Our opinions.
From our opinions and just listening to us.
Yeah.
As we go. But let's see, win-loss percentage overall, J&J with the lead, 88.89%.
Better be.
16 out of 18 picks. It better be. It won't last all season.
No shot.
In second place, holla at your boy with 72%.
Mess with me.
Josh coming in third at 66%, and Ryan mainly because he had to do some homer stuff, and 61%. So overall, I think as a squad, we're at 72%. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Correct, sir.
I think it's pretty good.
Pretty solid. I'll take
I only
that.
got one thing to say about that. Let's keep rolling.
Let's keep rolling.
I want more wins.
So week 2?
I want more wins. No, we're going to go NFL week 1.
Oh.
That's right. Everyone. The NFL starts this week.
Thursday
night, we have a
Get some.
big one as the Dallas Cowboys travel to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champion Bucks.
Who are returning who?
Everybody.
That's what I thought.
I think they
there.
have 21 of 22 starters coming back. The whole team's coming back. And they are 7.5 point favorites against the Cowboys at home. And the total sitting at 52 points. I don't even.
Did you confirm these numbers? this week?
Oh yeah, we can confirm right
Yeah,
now.
please do. Please do. I had
are taken-
8.
these are
but
taken from this
7.5,
morning?
8, whatever.
They were taken from this morning.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
we learned last week
while
that
he's looking
it
that
can
up-
move in an hour.
while he's looking that, we can go money line on this one.
It's a no-brainer.
Oh, I mean, obviously.
it's a no-brainer.
A few things. Dak hasn't taken an actual live snap since week 5 of last season.
And what else is happening with the Cowboys' offensive line, which is their bread and butter?
Zach Martin.
The Cowboys' bread and butter is their offensive line, right? Because you
And
want
it's
to get
falling
Zeke,
apart.
You want to get Zeke up behind all these big monsters. What is happening
Big
with
monsters
the Cowboys?
like Donkey Kong Sue, Vita Vea. Oh, that front 3 is tough.
What's wrong with the Cowboys' offensive line? Somebody tell me.
Zach Martin.
Out.
Out.
Okay, so
OUT.
Dak hasn't taken a snap, and their best offensive lineman is gone, and they're going to take on the Super Bowl champion Bucks. That's returning their whole team. What?
So money line.
I don't know what to do here. Is this?
Yeah.
Do you need to discuss this?
No, I don't think
I don't
not much to
understand.
discuss.
Money line's pretty easy.
Money line's easy.
Money line's easy. You look up the spreads yet?
Oh,
we buy
this
you
is a
enough
fun
time.
fact. Yeah, you bought me more enough time, Stoy. Thank you. Love you like a brother. Buccaneers. When I did this, it's this after. I didn't. I take that back. I did this afternoon before I went to practice. I put the lines up because we know they're going to change. The Bucks were minus 7.5. What happened?
I have no idea.
8.
You tell us.
The Bucks are now minus 8.
That's
Why
what
is
I
that? Why is that?
Wonder why.
I wonder why. I'm taking Bucks money line.
Whoa,
Bucks
whoa, whoa,
spread.
whoa. We're not
I'm
doing
sorry,
picks yet. We're just
sorry.
gonna talk
I'm just
about the
saying,
spread.
This is like Terrence, right? This is a no-brainer. I don't know what to do here.
It's pretty easy.
You could not give us a better week 1 pick in NFL. It doesn't get any easier than this. This is like Bama.
Essentially.
The Bucks are now our Bama
At home.
at home. The whole team's coming back.
And
Against-
Dallas Cowboys have a new defense coordinator.
And
And
By
they're
the way,
dinged up.
you guys get me so excited I start to stutter, and I don't like stuttering.
So Dan Quinn, former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. We're not going to talk about. Well, we'll eventually talk about that collapse. Anyways, that being said, I'm pretty sure the Bucks just played them and dominated them last year, right? The head coach was who last year? Dan Quinn,
I thought so.
who is now the defense coordinator. Where? The Cowboys?
Yeah.
Do you think Tom Brady knows that defense? Anybody?
I don't know what
He might have
defense
an
he doesn't
inkling or
know.
two.
He may or may
this,
not.
I don't think this can get any easier.
No, I really don't.
I really don't
What's
think
total?
this can get any easier. 52 still.
52 still.
That didn't move.
I mean, it's just the money line now is sitting at minus 390, so you're risking $39 to win 10. And in my opinion, what James J's going to do, I'm going to load up on the Buccaneers money line.
No, wrong.
Fair.
What about spread, though?
I'm
Are you gonna
also
load up
taking
on
the
there?
Bucks minus 8. I just don't see the Cowboys. Their quarterback has not practiced, and their best offensive lineman is out of the game. So just on offense alone, what are they going to do about a team that just won a Super Bowl and is returning everyone? Everybody's coming back.
It's pretty simple. Plus, last year, 2020, Cowboys were 5-11 against the spread. Bucks were 12-8. May I add, the Cowboys were the worst team in the NFL against the spread in 2020.
They got a new DC though.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
that'll help.
Who might make them worse against the spread?
Oh yeah.
Who could make them
But
worse
all right,
against the spread?
so let's go through the picks. Josh, what do you got money line?
Moneyline, I'm taking the Bucks all day.
Spread?
Just like,
Spread, I'm taking the Bucks.
just like,
Over under.
And over/under, I'm going to take the over. I think a lot of points are scored in this game.
Wow. James J. Money line.
I don't know what the
Yeah,
Bucks?
I got you.
Spread Bucks
Total?
under.
I'm also going to go Bucks under.
And that's 3 people going Bucks under.
I think we got
I
two
love-
goon locks.
Do we have a button for that yet?
No, we
2
don't.
goon
When are
locks.
we gonna get a button for
And then
this?
Josh had to be the outlier on
I'm
the
sorry.
over-under.
Had to.
Yep, I like it.
Taking the over.
All right, moving on. My squad.
Who?
Who?
Second
Little
game
Falcons,
we got
baby?
Falcons, Eagles.
Oh, Falcons, Eagles. Little Jalen Hurts versus Matt Ryan.
This game will be played in Atlanta.
Sure will. Dome might be open that night.
The spread right now
Unless it's raining.
sitting at 3.5 at this afternoon. Let me just triple check here.
Hey, can we talk a little bit about the spread in terms of the NFL and how they usually do it?
What do you mean by that?
Home
sir?
team typically gets to start.
Yeah, about a half point to a point just for being a home team.
Yep. So that being said, Falcons at 3.5.
Falcons are now sitting at 3.
Now sitting at 3.
Ooh. People liking Philly. People
Not this guy.
Stoy's over here shaking his head.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, Stoy. So
Here are the main reasons for me. New offensive coordinator, finally going to have someone who wants to focus on running the football. Play action with Matt Ryan, which gets him back into the old Kyle Shanahan days. I don't even need to say Pitts. I think that's enough. I think we know what he's going to bring.
I think I drafted Pitts in every single one of my fantasy leagues.
Calvin
The man is a
Ridley,
freak.
Hayden Hurst. As long as that offensive line, that's my biggest concern, can protect Matt Ryan for 2.5 seconds, he's going to carve the Phillies up. He usually carves the Phillies up in that regard. But I think the biggest difference this year for us is going to be Dan Pease in that defense. He blitzes like 80% of the time.
This guy knows so much about the
Bro
Falcons. This is great.
loves to blitz.
Stoy loves Falcons football.
And
oh my God,
the
this
speed
is
on our
awesome.
defense has always been documented as one of the fastest in the league.
Listen to the passion in his voice as he
listen to
talks
this.
about his.
With
Falcons.
that being said,
What?
the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is not really seen a defense like this much blitzing coming at him. I don't think the Eagles are really sold on him either. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they traded for somebody to get up behind him. Anybody know who that is?
Who the Eagles drafted?
Traded for
Oh, I didn't know you said my bad.
Minshew.
Gardner.
Yeah, good old Gardner from the Jags. Why would you trade for a quarterback who was a starter last year if you're super confident in your starter?
Not trusting the passing ability.
Because you're not confident.
No, you're not. So now you've got that in the back of his head. He's going to have blitzing coming at him from all angles. At least that's my initial summary of this game.
But the
I don't even have
Eagles,
to ask
the
his
Eagles are
picks,
in a
I already know 'em.
super, super, super tough conference too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sensing the sarcasm because we know what other teams in the Eagles. Oh, terrible.
It's a really poor conference.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Can we
James, you
talk
sound
about that?
defeated. James, you sound defeated when you say that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to my game next. And I'm just because I want to cry about how bad my team is.
How
Hey.
bad my team
We're
is.
so bad.
You're not good.
No, we're
So-
not good.
That being said, what do the Falcons are -3, totals 48.5.
It's interesting to me.
So I'm gonna tell you guys another thing about betting here because this is what we're doing. So
The whole podcast has betting in it.
it's really this is the best. This is the best podcast I've ever been on and the only one. So Eagles Falcons, right? The over unders at 48.5. So over 48.5 is sitting at -105, which is essentially sitting at the pick'em line. When you're at -105 or +110 or +105, you're sitting at the pick'em line.
Yep.
So the juice is where? The under is 48.5 -115. Why is that?
Probably favored.
It means that Vegas thinks this game's going under at 48.5. So you have to pay more to win more because they think that's what's going to happen.
Both good odds.
Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, did you hear my summary? Did it sound like, yep, they're going to score 60?
No, they're going to score 20.
The Falcons,
Are you
maybe.
taking the under?
Huh? We're not doing picks yet. Do you guys have anything else to say about the game?
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
Oh,
really?
they might.
I just think Jalen Hurts is. I think he'll be good, but I don't think that he's maybe gonna shine out like everybody says he is, especially in this first game. New defense, like you said, something that he hasn't ever seen before. Is he up to the task? That's my question. Is he up to the task on that one?
I'm going to answer from my perspective. I personally think he's going to show out, but I think Atlanta's going to be too much. I think he's going to look good. I think he's going to look like a starting quarterback for the NFL, especially the Eagles, but I don't think that the Eagles are going to win this game.
I mean, I think he will too because he's the starter.
But he looks good. I think he's going to look good.
We'll see.
He's going to prove himself.
James J.
I think Matty Ice is just going to have his way with this vulnerable and weak
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles defense is weak, and Matt Ryan knows how to pick apart weak defenses. That's what he's been doing for the last 100 years. He's been in the league.
Yeah.
How old is that man? 90?
He's younger than Tom Brady.
Well, he
About 38,
I thought he was 106.
right? You've been around.
Been in the league forever.
You've been around. You've
Yeah,
been around.
forever.
So pick wise, yeah, obviously I'm gonna take Falcons on the money line. I'll take them on the spread. To me, the over under is closer than I think because I do think the Falcons will put up close to 30, but I don't think the Eagles can make up that other 20 points. So I'm gonna go under.
Okay. Go ahead, Joshua.
I'm going to take the Falcons money line. I'm gonna take the Falcons spread, and I'm also gonna take the under.
Somebody keeps typing in here.
You do. You are the one
You're
typing.
the only person typing in
It
there.
says you guys are in there.
Yeah,
but
we're
we're
in
not
there. We're
moving.
not moving anything.
I don't even
We're
have
not
my
typing
computer up.
anything in the
I
sheet.
have paper.
But I'll go next while JMJ figures this out. I have
said under.
I have the exact same stuff. I have Falcons money line. I have Falcons in the spread, and I have the total in the under.
JMJ, are you gonna goon lock us again, or
Like an overall goon lock.
we've never had one? I don't think.
I have no idea.
I'm going.
I'm gonna check the notes.
I'm going.
We have not.
I'm going Falcons money line, Falcons spread, and the under.
Is that a triple goon lock?
I think so.
That's a goon lock across the board.
Goon
I don't
lock.
have a button.
First time for anything.
We need a button. I need a button, Chase. I need a button.
Chase,
just,
make it happen.
Just cheers us for now.
Chase just
cheers
has
us
that
for
name
now.
that
Make
you
it
just say Chase.
happen, Cappin.
Can't really do Terrence because it's just too much.
Too long.
Too much.
Okay, we're good there. Next game up.
Yeah, boy.
Should we let these two go?
You know what?
I mean,
you know what I think?
This wouldn't be.
I think
I don't
we should
have
let
much
them go.
to say.
It's
I
not
think-
What am
much
I
to
going to say about my
Well-
terrible? Terrible. What does Charles
Terrible.
Barkley say?
Terrible.
Terrible. The Giants are terrible.
Hey,
I'm still mad
mean-
at the fact that we drafted Saquon when we needed a quarterback. So I don't want to talk about this game because I don't understand what this organization is ever doing.
Josh.
The Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos.
I don't know.
The Denver Broncos are traveling to New York. I love me
To
some
play
New York.
Jay's.
To play my
Giants.
New York Giants, and the
play like-
Broncos are 2.5 point favorites. Total is
Did that move at all?
the total is.
I feel like it should.
Do you want to know the funniest?
if it's not going down, I quit.
I'm laughing because this total is the lowest total on the board. And why is that? Because the New York Football Giants are an awful football team.
And I got to be honest, Denver's known for their defense, not their offense.
It's still 2.5. It's minus 2.5, minus 125. I wonder why. And the over-under sitting at 41.5. I don't have much. I don't.
Sounds like a shootout.
Hey, I have a fact. Hey, we don't do the facts, or we do facts. We just don't do the stats, right?
Right.
Stats, I had to look it up because it was such a low total. In the whole trend over the last decade, right, last few years, average NFL score is for last year as it was trending up is just sitting over 47 points.
I was going to guess 45.
Yeah,
so.
47. And last year was actually a little higher, which took up the average. But 47. That means Vegas is saying, these teams cannot score.
Facts.
You know what? They're right.
New quarterback in Teddy.
There's so much unknown on
Danny
both
Dimes.
sides.
Are you kidding
And
me?
What's
Saquon,
unknown on the Giants side?
Well, Saquon,
Daniel
you gotta
Jones
think
is not
is-
a good quarterback. The only thing unknown is how Saquon Barkley's going to do.
That's-
We know
yeah.
what Saquon's going to do.
But he's got to be on a run count, right? A rush count?
No,
You don't think he is?
they're going to let him loose. He's not. They say he's fully ready to go. So no, they're not. No.
Hey, at least you got good receivers to throw to.
Hey, they got one.
Ooh.
One. Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, Kenny
that is-
Galladay,
that
who
is
you
Josh's-
drafted over Odell Beckham.
Yes.
Remember when
That
you
is
did
one-
that?
Yes, I did.
That's right. What camera do I look into?
You look at
What
that one.
camera do-
I'll look at this one.
Joshua decided to draft Kenny Galladay,
Kenny Galladay.
over Odell Beckham Jr.
I hope he sees this.
And
kick him.
Pitts, and there was a plethora.
Let's just I'm going Broncos.
I was just going straight to
Broncos.
picks. You didn't want to talk about it anymore?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool,
simple.
cool.
No.
Go for it. Go for
I'm
it.
going Broncos. Giants spread under.
Oh. Interesting.
So I think this game is going to end up being 18-17 or 19-18 or some stupid Big Ten score.
As much as I hate to say it and agree with this fool over here, I'm actually going with the Broncos, Giants spread, and the under as well.
It's going to be a close, weird, stupid game.
I don't like that spread. I don't like the 2.5 spread. I think they win by like a field goal instead of maybe the
Ryan.
1 or 2 points. So I'm
Ryan.
going moneyline Broncos,
Ryan, what are the key numbers?
3 and 7.
Thank you.
So I'm going moneyline Broncos. I'm going spread Broncos, and the total I'm going under.
I'm a follow up with Rhino over here.
Fair enough.
Broncos.
That was
Broncos.
easy.
Under.
There's a lot of under.
We're split.
in all these NFL games.
So we don't have. Oh, you do have. Can you show that little fun college football parlay that hit?
Oh,
You can pull it up real
I'm
quick.
just gonna pull it up.
Because I feel like we talked about Stoy. Let's just transition this into our little parlay thing, right?
Ooh, I
Because I have a
like.
good idea about how we should do this first parlay.
Unders?
NFL unders. But go ahead, Stoy.
So
You mean Ryan? It's his.
Tell the parlay thing.
Oh, wow. Oh, I was gonna
Yeah,
let him go first.
Stoy.
And
Tell the
pull-
parlay thing.
well, I want to do the whole story. So
All right,
let's go.
go ahead.
all right, so what gave us this idea that Stoy's about to come up with here or talk about is I was on Twitter
did that.
and I saw a crazy parlay with all unders being bet in college football. This guy had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had 14 games, and he took the under in all 14 games. Last night's Ole Miss Louisville was the only one that he had to have hit. He bet $10
To win
and
how much?
He won $79,935
Off $10?
and 70 cents.
Off $10.
How much you want to bet? That was a
10.
$10 risk
It was
free
a
bet.
$10.
You know it was.
It was a $10
Hey,
bet.
It was a free bet.
I
you
put
know
one
that.
in too.
I'll put one.
I always do.
Okay, so go ahead, Story, transition us.
So we're in the office, waiting on JMJ as always, and Ryan and I,
Facts.
Facts.
came
We're
up.
always waiting on
We were
JMJ.
like, "Hey, what if Goon Squad decides to do one of these parlays? What if we just do these parlays? I wouldn't say they're outlandish because of the size. I wouldn't say we're going to say they're outlandish because we're not going to take stupid risks. We're not going to say the Cowboys are going to beat the Bucks by 20. Not going to happen. So they're going to be realistic. So we're like, hey, we're going to do that. We're all going to put in $5 a week for one parlay as a team, as a squad, because we're a squad. And we hit. 50% is going to go to a charity at the end of the year, go into our donation fund, which we'll definitely hit upon a little later. But we're going to have our own donation fund. The proceeds from us winning these are going to go into that. And at the end of the year, we're going to donate it. I think it's an awesome thing. The other 50% is going to make this podcast even more badass than it is. And as we grow and hit these. So with that being said, what are we thinking? What are we thinking with this parlay, the first ever Goon parlay?
We're going to take every under in the NFL.
Every single one.
Everyone, yes.
Should we?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, what's that do?
Okay, well, let's talk about the next game first.
Well, why are you pulling that up? We'll lead into the next game because
Go
I
ahead.
think somebody's game this is. So
Yeah.
we're going to let him have them.
I'm a
Go ahead, have
big
the
Vikes
mic.
fan.
Had the mic.
Big
Had
Vikings
the
fan.
mic.
Happened just because my grandpa was a Packers fan back in the day, and nobody liked the Vikings in our family. And my grandpa and I have always had this rivalry. So I've always been a Vikings fan. With this game, Vikings had a ton of big offseason moves. I think they improved their offensive line. The one hiccup that they've had in this offseason is Irv Smith getting hurt as a tight end. And then they improved their defensive line like crazy. Actually took somebody from the Giants defense
It's
as a
not
defensive
COVID.
tackle.
It's fine, guys. Just want everyone to know it's not COVID. We're straight.
He's going to make it.
He's just dying at this number that we have on this parlay.
$20
Is
to
it
win.
the-
Let's not talk about it. Let him tell the story. Let's go.
Oh my god.
And I think, Mike Zimmer's usually been known for his defense. I think they had a pretty bad defense last year, but he blitzes a lot, and he has a really good defense usually year over year. I think their offense, everybody bashes Kirk Cousins, but I think he's a solid quarterback. He doesn't make a ton of mistakes, and he throws for a lot of yards, whether that's a 5-yard and somebody just takes it to the house, anything like that. But if I'm gonna choose, and I can go all the way across the board, I'm taking. Are we into picks yet?
whoa,
No,
whoa,
call me,
whoa,
guys,
whoa,
what I'm saying.
whoa.
We haven't even been able to talk. We still have to talk about this 16-game parlay.
Jeez.
Are you
whoa,
guys-
whoa.
pull your
I
phone back
got
up.
some comments about this game. that
Yeah,
we're
but
talking
we
about.
said
first.
Josh, go ahead.
All right,
game.
just real quick.
you guys gotta wait.
Finish game.
Just one stat
Yeah.
I want to give, and that's the Bengals were without Joe Burrow most of the season last year, right?
Because towards ACL.
'cause he's
Exactly,
hurt.
exactly.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And in 2020, guess what? They were 9-7 against the spread without their starting quarterback. I just want to.
Who was their backup?
So that's a winning record against
I
the
just
spread
wanna-
without Joe.
without
who was their backup?
Joe,
Without their number one draft
exactly,
Yeah, right?
exactly.
I don't know who it was.
I just want to throw that off.
I'm gonna have to look that
And
one up.
I would also like to note that in 2020,
right now.
with not much addition, in my opinion, to the Vikings, The Vikings were the second worst team against the spread in 2020 at 6-10. So yeah, does 3.5 look like a nice spread? Yes, but I'm also going to probably lean towards the Bengals in this game.
It went down to 3.
It went down to 3. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm going to talk a little bit. I like the Bengals because I think Joe Burrow is a baller. I think he's a baller. I love that whole clip when he was after they won that championship.
Oh, smoking the cigar.
Just smoking the cigar. That's when I fell in love with Joey Burrow. He's a
say
baller.
that.
Burrow.
Joey Burrow.
What's he borrowing?
Burrow.
What's he
My bad,
borrowing?
Joe Burrow. Okay, so I think now Joe Burrow's healthy. One of my draft picks was Jamar Chase, who is
Beast.
Who can't catch a ball in preseason?
okay. That's not. It
doesn't count.
It's different in the game. First preseason, you know that you played football.
It is, but you
practice first
Hey,
game. I understand you should practice how you play. I understand. Yeah, I preach it till I'm white in the face, but it's always different. Game speed, you know it.
For our listeners, James J is dark. Not close to white. I get that. The only thing I would say, and this is what watching the first quarter will really determine, is Joe Burrow even said he's not confident in his knee yet. He came out and said that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Before that preseason game, which he didn't take many snaps. So, again, a quarterback coming from an ACL, can he plan off of it? Is he ready to go? Is it in his brain? If he gets over that, yeah. I mean, the Bengals are solid. Obviously, 9-7 against the spread last year.
Shows a lot of maturity saying that too. As a second year in?
Second year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if he overcomes that fairly quickly, then yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
I think he does overcome it. So let's go picks.
Let's go picks.
Start with it, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start. Vikings money line for sure. Vikings spread, and I'm going under again on this one. I think there's a lot of defense played, and I don't know about Joe Burrow. Still don't know about Joe Burrow.
Joshua.
All right. I'm taking Bengals money line. Bengals spread, and to the contrary of most people's beliefs at this table, I'm going to go with the over as well.
I think he might be by himself on that, but go ahead, Stoy. I don't think.
I'm
not going there.
This one's tough for me, and it really because of Joe Burrow. So I'm gonna go Vikings money line, and I really think the Vikings are gonna win by 3. So this really sucks. So I'm gonna go Vikings on the spread just for betting reasons, and then under. Duh. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna start there. The under. No, I'm going under all. I feel like there's a stat somewhere out there that I should have had for NFL unders. I'm gonna find it. I will find it. Get it. Jump off me. I'm gonna go Bengals money line, and also Bengals spread.
I mean, if we want to go stats, Stoy just said last year 47 was the average, right? Mm-hmm. So the total's 48. So that's the under.
Yeah.
If they score 47, that's the under if we're going by stats, right?
You guys, the Bengals don't score points. What division are they in?
Hey, he just said he wants to go stats, so I'm
just
one
saying.
stat that you said.
They don't score a lot of points. The Vikings typically don't score a lot of points. Unless they're in a shootout against the Saints, and oh my Lord, that playoff game was
awesome.
You guys, I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Because who dat was not who dat.
Who?
That was
On
not,
that
they were who nothing.
They were who nothing. That poor safety just closed his eyes. Woo! All right. Well, that's NFL Week 1. We did it. We did it.
So speaking of that, now we'll just
that parlay.
Yep. Go ahead. Stoy.
Oh, that parlay.
Go ahead, Stoy.
So we agreed $5 a piece every week.
Yep.
This week's parlay, apparently, we're taking the under in the NFL because it makes sense. I wouldn't even say it's outlandish.
It's definitely not outlandish.
It won't be close. I bet we lose like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I'm saying 3
If
max.
we don't.
3
So
max.
16 games, $20 is the wager to win $614,000. $614,708.71. Again, I repeat, $614,708.71.
So what happens if this does hit and we do?
This hits. We've got $307K that's going to our donation fund.
Terrence, you better take us to the moon with money like that.
The other 307,
To the moon.
I mean, it's going into other bets. Clearly,
Duh.
we're going to probably invest it into a building that we have available right
Probably
now.
invest it into
Shout
a
out
bucket.
Trinity. You might want to get on board with that building. That being said, fellas, that would be really, really fun.
I think this is a fun bet, right? Because it's just hitting college football, and I feel like in the NFL,
Why was it?
The NFL, they don't score anywhere near
No.
as much as they score in
Plus,
college.
how cool would it be? First week, for week 1 of college football, unders hit. Week 1 of NFL hits. It's 2021. PNX going crazy.
Right, that'd be
Let's
all
get
over.
crazy.
Be nuts.
That'd be nuts.
So,
Everyone lock
every
it in.
week we're gonna
Who's
be doing
account-
that?
Who's account? Lock it in.
I mean, you can lock it in on there. I don't care.
Do it.
I'll
Send
lock it in.
Send it.
I'll lock it in.
Somebody lock that in.
That's,
As you're doing that, it's time to transition.
speaking
college
of that though,
Go
I was
ahead.
talking with Josh downstairs, and we hadn't solidified what our bets were going to be or what the losers were going to have to do.
Hey, accountant.
week in, week out.
If I hit this and it's on my account, do I have to pay taxes?
Yes.
Yes. This isn't a Black Mammoth account. It's your personal one. So personally, Stewie Hall would have to pay those taxes.
Brian Morrow, I know you're listening. I'm gonna need some things and some stuff.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
But to go back,
Hello, Brian. Hello,
to go back to it, I
Brian.
was telling Josh, I said, why don't we week in, week out with our picks between us four? The person with the lowest percentage puts in $5 to a pot. Person with the next lowest goes $3. Next person $1. So it's $9 in total. But then the winner, overall percentage at the end of the year, gets to take that pot home.
It's a good idea, man.
That didn't take much for James.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen.
Right. But we're in.
All right, perfect.
Yeah,
we're
it's
in. Perfect.
easy.
We're in.
We're counting it.
We're done.
I'm in.
Sending it.
All right.
Week 2?
Week 2 college football. My favorite. Let's get to it.
Week 2 is
we
your
only
favorite?
no, college football. We only got 3 games on the docket this week. There's not. Yeah, I know. It doesn't. Just the college football slate's not the best this weekend.
It's trash.
It's not the best, but I mean, we still get some games, some good ones. There's a huge one happening where we are right now, and College Gameday will be there, and I can't wait. But we're going to start with Washington.
The bet has been placed.
Michigan. Number 20 Washington is taking on unranked Michigan.
You might want to recheck these standings.
Yeah.
It
Did
came
they
out.
update them?
Oh my
They
god!
updated
Yeah.
them.
Oh, perfect.
It's
This
it's
is
really
perfect.
good for the main one.
This is perfect.
Not good for the one you're talking about right now. Not.
Not at all.
Not good for one.
They're
right now?
unranked.
Oh,
It's unranked versus
And I'm
unranked.
taking it off.
Please keep it on.
Please keep
This
it
is
on.
a
I did all
PG.
my research.
I was saying no. You're closed. What are you talking about? The games? Yeah, seriously, it's
Where'd
not
Iowa
good.
State go?
Iowa State's it's 9-10, top 10, 2 top 10 teams.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's
Just
cool.
pump that one up.
Wow. And College Game Day is going to be there.
Oregon's 12.
Oh, baby.
What's Ohio State now?
Oh, baby. 12-3 now.
So those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need to pick a different one though.
Is there anything that even makes sense?
No.
Yeah,
Texas, Arkansas.
there's a Texas.
Is Arkansas ranked now?
No, but Texas is.
Well, yeah.
Arkansas is good.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
Look for another one. We can't just do 2.
Well, we could because the slate is only giving us 2.
Let's see.
If this is what the slate gives us, you, Stoy.
I didn't
this is
look-
What you
I
teach
didn't-
us every morning. You give the play that, right? You take the play that they give us.
That's true.
Right.
You're right.
We're
You're right.
taking
But
what
we
they
have to
give us. I'll look.
Okay.
But I don't think there's.
I don't
That
think
was
there's
the other
any.
one. That was the other ranked game, and there is no more.
There is no more ranked on ranks.
That's good because I wanted to spend way more time in Iowa and ISU anyway because this line makes no damn sense. The line makes no sense. No, we're only talking those 2 games, and I'm completely fine with that. We'll start Oregon OSU
Perfect.
because I want to end this show with Iowa ISU for like a good 10, 15 minutes. I have a lot to say about that game
That's fair.
because I don't understand for the life of me how Iowa State is favored in this football
What spreads change? Anything change on these?
game. I just don't understand how they're favored. It's just something's not clicking.
We will get to it.
All right, sorry.
We will get to it.
Focusing on Oregon.
Speaking of that, I
at
actually do need
Ohio
to put a
State.
bet on that one because it doesn't make sense to me. it's going to change.
Sorry. So this is good. Perfect. We're going to talk Oregon, Iowa State. Number 12 Oregon is going to Ohio State University to take on the Buckeyes. Ohio State is, when I typed this up, was sitting, which was 3 hours ago. Ohio State was sitting minus 13.5. and the total was at 63.5. Now when I check FanDuel, Ohio State has now gone up a point to minus 14.5, which means they're over that key numbers, all of them, and under 63.5. Over under is still sitting at 63.5. I got a couple things to say about this game because I know that we all were watching Ohio State play Minnesota last week, and Ohio State probably should have lost that football game.
Correct. You know a key stat though, right? About that Ohio State team that was playing in Minnesota?
Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, they were missing how many players?
A lot.
11, including who? Starting center, Harry Miller. Starting corner, Cameron Brown, who are potentially going to be back this season. Or this next game.
So you're saying that's why the game was...
I'm saying that makes a big difference missing your starting center.
Yeah, it does. It's
Yeah,
like
it does.
Zach Martin and Cowboys type thing here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, another two key things to point out about Oregon. Let's see. Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end.
It's 14.5 now. Yeah.
46.5. Sorry, keep going. I was talking about the Iowa State.
All good.
I swear.
Guys, focus on the game at hand.
Talk
Thank
about
you.
going, Joshua.
Go, Josh.
Jeez.
We can have side conversations.
Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end, is questionable for this game. Also, funny, a little interesting story. Jamal Hill and DJ James, two of Oregon's starting in the secondary, are back from a suspension after shooting an airsoft gun at people. So I thought that was a funny story.
Something really smart to be doing.
That was pretty
Idiots.
funny, right?
The only thing, just like I said, Ohio State probably should have lost that football game. So I'm thinking Oregon's fast-paced offense, which is what the Ducks do every year, is going to stay within that 14.5 number. But I think Ohio State's definitely going to win the football game.
I mean, no question there.
But I don't think they're winning by that much. They did not look good last week. They did not
Who
look good.
didn't look good for him?
CJ Stroud their quarterback started the game off slow, and then in the second half, he started the game off very slow. And in the second half, which is what these better teams do, right? Because I feel like I texted all everybody in that group chat, and I said, "Hey guys, I have a funny idea. Ohio State's about to come back and win this game."
I don't remember
I
this.
texted-
That wasn't in our text.
Definitely not in the text.
JMJ, I sent you
group
a
chat?
text. I sent you a text during that game though and said CJ Stroud needs one or two big stops by his defense, and then he's going to calm down. And what happened right after halftime? He
Right,
got a couple
second
big
half.
stops, and then he went off.
He threw for 2.
Who are they playing?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Row the boat.
I mean, Minnesota's defense looked
Good.
pretty darn good.
They looked.
Did
really
they
damn
look good, or did Stroud make them look good?
In the first half? There was probably a little bit of we're gonna go a little half,
Little half-half.
but the Minnesota defense did not look bad at all. They looked. They were
Josh, do you have
flying
any
around.
stats on Minnesota's defense from last year at all?
Nothing on here, just the spread stats, but both don't look good for either team.
Fair.
Very good.
Can
So-
you say them?
In 2020, Oregon was 3-4 against the spread, and Ohio State was 4-4 against the spread.
That doesn't really mean much.
Exactly.
Anybody watch the Oregon game?
Yes.
I didn't watch it.
What do you think? I watched some of it.
Personally, I didn't think Oregon looked good.
No,
I'm sorry. They
Their
only won
offense
by
looked
7 points.
One of the notes I have is that the Oregon offense looks shaky.
They
They
looked discombobulated.
looked
They did not look like they knew what they were doing.
And to be completely honest, to score 31 points is surprising after watching that game. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm sorry, they played Fresno State.
Well, to be
No.
Let's not under like
Fresno
let's
State's
talk-
not that
yeah,
bad of a
no.
football
Okay,
Let's calm
okay.
down.
Fresno State's not you and I,
But they're
It's
not
like-
Ohio State.
They're not Ohio State. Correct.
The number who team in the country? I just
3
wanna-
now.
3.
Ohio State's
Thank you.
number
Yeah,
3
yeah,
in the country.
because rankings matter. Yeah, because
matter.
number 7 did what against unranked you and I? And by unranked, I mean not even in the same
They're not even
league.
They're not even receiving.
Hey,
votes.
let's save that
They
for the
can-
next
can they receive
conversation.
votes?
I feel
So
like
I'm just saying.
We're just
let's
talking
not
about the
talk
big
rankings.
game.
I feel like everyone just keeps referencing this. We got to get
Fine,
through
go,
this
go,
game.
go. Then just go.
All right, so we going picks then?
Yeah,
Let's
go,
just get to
go.
the
I wanna
picks
get to the big game.
All right, cool. Ohio State money line, Oregon spread, and I'm gonna go. Oh, this over under is tough. It's tough.
I'll give you one fact about this over under.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah. Give me
we like to
something.
follow
Give me
numbers, right?
something. Yeah, yeah.
The over 63.5 is at minus 108. The under 63.5 is at minus 112.
So a little bit of pressure on the under.
Little pressure on the other.
little,
Yeah,
little.
I'll take the under. So just to recap that real quick, that's Ohio State money line, Oregon spread, and the under.
I'm gonna follow everything he just said. I think Ohio State wins by maybe 10 to 13 points. That's what I'm thinking here. Because Oregon is, that game was shaky. It was their first game. But these good teams always figure it out. Just like Ohio State, in halftime, they figured it out. Oregon's going to figure something out. And I don't think they're not going to get blown out like that. So I'm taking Ohio State, money line, Oregon spread, under.
I agree, money line wise. Obviously, OC is going to pull it out. I believe it'll be late. It might be an overtime thriller where Florida State misses a kick again. Seems like they do that a lot. Spread, I got to go Oregon. It's going to be a really close game. I'm going to go over. This thing's going to be a shootout. Going in the fourth quarter, I even see a little bit of overtime action. And if a game goes overtime, that means there's a lot of points typically, especially with these teams. It's defensive-wise, I think they're going to get gassed late in the third quarter. I mean, each team's going to be playing 60, 70 plays by then, which is a lot of plays. And being a defensive guy running all the field and they go up-tempo, they're going to get tired, and it's going to come down to who can make that one stop very late in this game.
I agree with that, man. It's hard to disagree with that, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I'm going money line Ohio State, Oregon to cover, and I'm going over as well. I don't know if I should have done this, but I did. I looked at last week and saw Ohio State score 45 and Oregon score 31, and that's 76 points, and that blows the total out of the water. Different teams, obviously, that they're playing, but I think both teams can put up some points.
It's time to talk about the big one.
It's time.
Cyhawk game.
We definitely need a sound.
So this is
Where my button at? Chase.
This is your annual Cyhawk game where
Well, let's do a little recap of what they did last week going into this,
Yeah,
so we
go
know what the
ahead.
build-up leading into it.
go ahead. Please go ahead.
Please, Iowa State guy, can you talk about the lead-up?
I really don't want to talk about it.
Okay, you and I guy, go ahead.
I mean, I had fun watching the game for the most
So
part,
did I.
except for the
That
end.
was awesome.
Iowa State, they still just left a bunch of question marks. The one thing that I kept hearing from a bunch of people was, well, you and I just loaded the box and stopped Breece Hall. That's what every single team in the country is going to try and do.
And it worked.
And it worked.
What's the problem?
Make Brock Purdy beat them. That's what you and I.
See,
that's what you and I did.
It worked.
Granted, he did win. They did win.
They won
I
by
can go back to
6.
that.
They were-
I'll give you that.
they were-
But
Go ahead.
he had
Finish your.
23 rushes for what? 56 yards. That's not good.
Yes, I don't disagree with you, but here's something I saw from the 7th row, 50-yard line, and that was Brock Purdy getting icy hot rubbed on his shoulder. So I don't know what that was about, but I think that has to play a lot in the factor against the UNI game. So who knows what that has to bring about?
I mean,
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Quarterbacks have shoulder shoulders all the time.
Hey,
That is a homer comment.
hey,
Brock
They
Purdy
had-
is not a very good
they-
quarterback.
I'm not
Or-
saying he's a great quarterback.
He's
but
No
not
excuses.
good. He's not good. I don't know why people think he's so good. I don't understand. It just had one year he went off, and now everybody in the world thinks, oh, Brock Purdy. Why?
It wasn't even a year. It
it's
was
not
a month.
everybody. I'm sitting right here. I ain't saying that.
A lot.
there was
of
a lot
ISU
of
fans
there was
are
a lot
saying
of
that
Charlie
Brock
Kohler
Purdy-
talk too. And granted, Kohler's a great tight end. He didn't play.
He didn't play. He was
How
on
can
the-
you say there's a lot of Charlie Kohler talk and then
because people were
downplay
saying
him after he
people-
didn't play?
I didn't downplay him. I said he's good. But what I'm saying is he doesn't make this outlandish, crazy difference that completely blows out you and I like they should have if they're a true top 10 team.
Number 7 in the nation against UNI,
They weren't
who was not good last year.
not good.
And
They were
are they
32-point favorites.
Hey guys, there's the FCS and the FBS.
Yeah, they're not even in the FBS.
Their difference back in the day, D1 and D1 AA, correct?
Mhm.
Correct.
That is it.
Should a top 10 D1 FBS team
Ever.
ever come down to the last drive against an unranked at that time, by the way, they're ranked now. I looked at the rankings, pretty dope. UNI team
As
who was
32-point
FCS.
favorites. They were 32-point favorites.
Start at 37.5.
Started at 37.5.
You guys, that's scary.
So this is a good lead into what I'm trying to understand. What I'm not understanding is how in the world They are favorites over Iowa when Iowa just.
I don't get the favorites part.
I don't understand it because Iowa literally
I don't get that.
They blew Indiana out in the first half of that game.
But let's talk about that. The reason they blew them out was 3 plays, correct?
Okay, sure.
Iowa's offense outside of that long run really didn't look great.
Iowa's offense does what
The
Iowa's
problem
offense does.
is Indiana's quarterback decided to just hand the ball off to the other team twice, and those were the biggest defense problems.
Yeah.
Also, watching that game, Indiana could not get lined up against those 3 tight ends, 2 tight end looks. And the thing is, because they were putting 2 tight ends into the boundary a lot. And
Because they have tight ends that can move.
Coach Allen, whether it was on him or not, getting calls late, that long touchdown run, call late, they were lined up incorrectly. It was a touchdown almost no matter what, unless that corner decided not to dip in and he would have stayed leverage. So what I'm saying is, though, Iowa's offense is designed to just methodically try to beat teams.
Right.
That's all they have.
Run you to death.
Right. And rely on their defense mainly to score, apparently.
Right.
That defense, though, looked really good. Really, really good.
Very good.
That defense looked really good. And
Especially after all of us were hyping
Really good.
Indiana up, saying Indiana scores more than
I was
Iowa.
all over
However,
Indiana plus 4.5.
well, Indiana's
I was all on
quarterback
it.
out of his injury last year did not look anywhere close. He looked scared.
Yeah.
So that was the issue. Same thing, Drew Burrow, by the way. That's the same topic.
Plug it back.
There you go.
Plug it back. That being said, flabbergasted might be the word I want to use. Flabbergasted.
At this line.
How
It doesn't make any damn
How
sense. It doesn't
is
make-
Iowa State favorites by 4.5?
to see, and this is what I was trying to tell you guys, that the house always wins. So these are like
Get closer to the mic, please.
sorry, these are like
Pulling us away from last week.
it's not a trap line, but I kind of feel like it is a trap line
Damn close.
because it just doesn't make sense. And there's something somewhere in Las Vegas or somebody somewhere knows something that we don't know.
Probably
Because
because
this line makes no sense.
realistically, who's the better team?
Iowa.
No, false. False.
Okay, so we all
Okay.
just watched week 1 football.
Yep.
Both these teams play.
Yep.
What would ever make you think that
So-
Iowa State is a better football team than Iowa
Right now.
after what you just watched? Not even 7 days ago.
Tell me something. Tell me something right now.
Just tell me the games from last week.
Tell me something right now.
Go ahead. I was listening
Okay.
to you, Joshua.
If
Go ahead.
if week 1 in the NFL, and I know that's a little different, but week 1 NFL, right? Bucks win by a field goal. Are the Bucks just trash all of a sudden?
This is not a good comparison.
It was a really bad analogy.
Yeah, no. I just want you to tell me week 1, we all watched both those games. You cannot tell me after watching those football games that Iowa State is better than Iowa.
It's one game.
It's the only thing we have to go off
This
of.
is all we're going
Facts.
off of. Facts of
I'm
what
going
just,
off of,
what
I'm
just
going off
happened.
of players. I'm going off of players. I'm going off of what.
So now what's going to happen is you're going to say now Kohler is just going to magically have a better ankle and he's going to magically come out here and
No, I'm going to say the offensive line is going to have a better mesh. They're going to have a better attack against the front 7 against Iowa, and Breece Hall is going to have more holes to run open, and he's probably going to have at least 100 yards against this Iowa team. And
they couldn't move the ball against
Is that,
you and I.
is that a side bet? Is that a side bet?
They
you
couldn't
trying to
move the
side
ball
bet this?
against you and I.
I just
You guys, Iowa's
you're
defensive
trying
line
to-
is better than you and I.
Of course it is. Then you and I.
hey,
And more depth.
this is about opinions.
Oh my God.
You don't like your opinion, that's fine. So,
I love your opinion, Josh, and I love you, but this sounds stupid.
I'm telling you. Mark my words, it's going to happen.
I don't.
He's going over 100.
He's going over 100. Total yards.
What?
No.
What?
total.
Why?
Oh,
Total
now you're
yards.
throwing total.
Yeah, total yards.
That's a different ballgame.
Oh, but that's different now all of a sudden.
Different than rushing yards?
Yeah, and no, I know it's different, but then
Vastly different.
You just
They're two
said
different
front. Yeah, but who covers the running
What?
back? Front 7, right?
what were his
Strength
total,
of Iowa's
no,
front
they
7.
also have
what were his
safeties.
total yards last week?
He had 23 carries and 69 yards against UNI. And you're going to tell me that
What were
now
his-
all of a sudden, next week now, are they getting anyone back on the offensive line that they were missing? The only person they're getting back is who? Kohler.
Yep.
Maybe Kohler.
Yeah,
And now
maybe,
you're going to tell
maybe.
me
He literally had 100
He had
yards
23
last
rushes for 69 yards against
Yep.
UNI.
I'm taking
And
over.
now he's going to go up against Iowa, who's got a better front, and get more yards.
Yes.
How many times did Brock Purdy throw the ball?
I got you.
I need something hard.
Yeah.
How many times did Purdy throw the ball last week?
26 attempts. 21, 26.
So for me, what I'm looking at is I think Purdy's going to have to throw the ball more, and Breece Hall's going to get less rushes. So you're trying to say I personally think that in those 23 rushing attempts that they had, I think Purdy's going to have to throw the ball because I think they're going to be playing behind.
I was just going to ask, why does Purdy have to throw the ball?
I think they're going to be playing
No.
behind.
What does Iowa do? What does Iowa do?
Use your teeth. What does Iowa do offensively or
Yes,
defensively?
offensively.
They
Run the ball?
Exactly. What's the strength of Iowa State's defense?
I have no idea.
Defensive line.
Couldn't see it.
Clearly, you guys haven't
It
done.
is, and they have their linebackers.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
linebackers are
Thank
good.
you, Mike Rose, preseason All-American in the Big 12.
Yeah, they're linebackers.
Uh-huh.
But that hasn't.
No.
Linebackers
They're-
don't stop the run as much as your front.
Correct.
four.
Their front four. Hey,
up UNI
Ryan,
stats there.
Ryan, you watched the game, right?
Yeah.
How good was the front four for Iowa State against UNI?
Oh, I think they look great.
It seemed like every single play that
They
UNI's
should.
quarterback.
It's UNI. It's an FCS school. You should dominate them. 100%.
Okay. Well, now you're just downplaying everything I say. So what's the point of even talking? So
I don't disagree with you. What I personally think on that, though, like you said, is I think that they're going to be playing from behind, and I think that Breece Hall is going to get less than 23 touches.
No.
And
not
so,
understanding
and that
this.
he's going to have to extend those rushes that he gets.
Yeah.
Or those touches. I
He
just
will.
don't seeing that. I just
will.
don't see that happening.
I can't.
But
see it.
but I do get where you're saying they have
Hey.
a week under their line.
I think what will happen this week is Iowa's actually going to throw the ball a lot more than you think.
well, as they should, because the weakness of Iowa State is their secondary. So
Right, as we saw,
They can't
who was
cover.
number
A
lot of
one.
play actions. Is that what
Quan
you're saying?
Hampton.
A lot of play action
Quan
pass.
Hampton on UNI, number one, was torching up Iowa State's
He
secondary.
looked good.
Right, torched him up. He almost had 100-yard receiving on him. UNI.
yeah,
Almost
I
had
didn't watch
100-yard
the game.
receiving.
their
I
secondary
can't go
did not
off
look
eye test.
good. That's what I said.
Did not look good.
But your question about Iowa? Oh, you said play action. I don't.
This isn't that bad.
I think it'll come off play action a little bit, but I really think that I was going to go a little more up tempo and throw a little more than we're used to, because they've been trying to. They've been getting receivers. Obviously, they always have tight ends. They always have offensive linemen, but they're trying to mold into this new day and age a little bit. When you have a defense, you can take those risks, and I think they're going to take those risks against an Iowa State back end that is not great.
Fair. And I'm going to bring up a crazy little stat that I told James before the podcast. This is a 1978 stat. Yes.
None of us were born.
Exactly.
Terrence, you're about 50. Got him.
No, but
He wasn't born then.
This
either.
is a good one. Iowa State meeting for the first time AP ranked top 10 opponents. For the first time in school history, Iowa's faced Iowa State only one time when they were ranked in the top 10. That was in 1978. The outcome?
What was Iowa ranked?
I don't even think they were.
So it's never happened then.
Correct.
So
That's
top 10, both top 10.
I'm sorry. Did you hear the stat?
Yeah, go finish. What was the score?
I'm sorry. But anyways, I did say that. But
I know. I
listen.
just want to reiterate.
Thank you. They lost 31-0.
That's a good number. That was my college number.
31-0.
I kind of like that though. I kind of like that.
30,
stat.
31-0.
Doesn't matter. It's
History
21.
repeats itself.
But Iowa wasn't ranked in that game, so history.
History.
Guys,
Repeats itself.
we watched the games last week. I understand that that Iowa State was going to do what Iowa State does in the first games, and it's always keep the game close. They do it every year. I understand that, but they did not look good as a football team. I'm sorry, you guys get me so excited. You get me so excited about this. They didn't look good as a football team. Iowa looked good. Okay, we say they had
Yep.
3 big plays. They look. It's not you and I.
Yep.
Iowa State did not
That's fine.
look good.
Hey,
So the other
this show's all about your opinions.
right,
So,
all about our opinion. So I'm going to piggyback off that. The only thing else I say is maybe Iowa State ran a little vanilla playbook.
Maybe
Maybe
they
Matt
did.
Campbell says, you know what, we don't need to do anything to win this game, so I'm going to do nothing, and I'm going to keep Kohler on the sideline. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to keep feeding Breece Hall, and we're just going to win
very
by
true.
6.
So Stoy, I like
Maybe that's
what
what
you
happened.
said. I like what you said
I
though
think that's
about
a very good
Iowa.
thought.
You think Iowa's going to throw more? You think they're going to do that stuff? Because week 1, the outlandish comments that we heard from a different Big Ten coach, where he said, "We didn't see those fronts. They didn't show us those looks."
Our boy Scott.
That was
Our boy
Scott Frost with
Our boy
Nebraska.
Scott in
Right, so
Nebraska.
maybe he's doing maybe Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes are drawing something up where it's all Iowa State thinks they're going to do is run, and then all of a sudden they come out and then they throw the ball and they air it out a little bit, and
They're
the
going
defense.
to look at film because we all watch film. I wish we could watch a lot more film on this show. I was going to look at the film and go, where can we attack? Every team does that, right? Who can we attack and how can we get there?
Secondary.
We have one of the best offense lines
in the country.
They
always do.
So we can protect our
fun.
guys, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we're going to probe our run. We need to get our running backs involved. Yada yada yada. Where can we attack? Iowa State is vulnerable in the back end. That's where they have to attack and attack it all game long.
What's the
until they get a lead because their defense.
Spencer Petras.
Petrus?
Yeah. Yep.
Him.
Go ahead. Him. Mm-hmm.
With that being said, again, I'm going to reverberate back to what I said. If you have a stout defense, you can take risks. Throwing the ball is a higher risk than running the ball.
Yeah.
Okay? So they're able to stick to this game plan, and as they should. One, I was never shown the ability to throw it up 40 times. I don't think they throw it 40 times.
Does anyone in the Big Ten throw the damn ball? No. No. It's like watching paint dry, but continue, story. Sorry.
That's
Ohio
about it.
State.
That's
Ohio
about it.
State.
So one team might have a 12.
One team.
Who is who?
Now let's
the best team in
let's
the Big
flip
Ten.
that. Let's flip the film. Let's flip the film. Iowa State goes, how do we attack this defense? You got to throw the ball.
I mean, Iowa says, how do we attack Iowa State?
I just said that. Now we're
You
flipped
missed it.
Oh, you're going the other way. Go ahead, my bad.
Iowa State looks at that defense and goes, that's really tough to run against. We have one of the best running backs in the country. How do we get him involved? Split him out. Split him out on those linebackers who are not the quickest. They never are in Iowa. And get him one-on-one matchups as much as you can.
So that plays
Problem is Iowa doesn't go man much. They love zone, and they love to keep everything in front of them.
Right.
So you have to be very precise on your passes. And I don't trust Purdy being that precise. Now, the caveat will be Kohler. Can he get open, which he will be able to get open, and can he force them into going man and bracketing?
And is he healthy?
Well,
he had a very intense ankle brace. I know that because I was standing right next to the big dude.
I'm going with the assumption is they just weren't going to play him anyway. And they're
So
down.
the ankle brace was just like, let me just pretend he's
that's
hurt.
pretty accurate.
That's the in-state rivalry. You always do things like that. What'd you do?
Mind
Come on
games.
now.
Yeah,
Mind games. Mind games.
I get it.
We played you and I and our top running back, Scotty Fedevang, shout out, by the way. One of the best running backs ever in the Des Moines area, especially East, also in our league. But one game, we decided that he gets hurt. And then we go try to throw an option pass with our other backup running back. You know, I didn't fall for it. However, you play those games. You're going to play those games, and I think Iowa State was doing so in that regard. If Purdy can be precise on his throws and attack those windows, they've got a decent chance.
I think that's a big thing you said, though. He has to be precise because Iowa's defensive backs, they looked good last week.
Yeah, well,
They're also
Indiana's
playing
quarterback
against Indiana's quarterback.
was throwing the ball.
But that's
up.
what.
Yes,
But
they
what
were
I'm
there.
saying,
They were in position.
Purdy,
They made
Purdy
the
has
play.
to be, Purdy has to be
Yes,
precise because
right.
Iowa's defensive backs looked
Do you
very
trust
good. Riley
Purdy to be
Moss looked
precise?
great.
No.
Windows are small. That being said, how does Iowa State's defense, what do? You're weak on the back end, right? You're going to have to get pressure. You have to stop the run first because they're going to try to wear you out.
Well, they got that beast, Rose, in there just to stop.
What they need to do is they need to blitz him.
Yeah.
And they need to get pressure on Petrus dish, whatever his name is. Spencer. And get pressure in his face because he doesn't like pressure in his face because they're not used to throwing the ball. So for me, from a game, looking at tape and how do you attack offenses and defenses, because I've played both sides way too often, that's how this game's going to go. And if Purdy is on point, they're going to be in this game. If he is not, and he's throwing some flutter balls,
This line makes,
it'll be ugly if
this
he's
line
throwing
makes
flutter
no
balls.
sense.
he starts doing that, which he did in a couple games last year. There's no chance. There's no shot. They don't have a shot.
This line makes no sense. So something stupid.
Josh has something to say, I
Something
think.
stupid's going to happen in this game, and this line makes no sense. And that's all I can keep saying. Iowa State did not look good last week. They did not against you and I.
They didn't.
They did not look good. So I'm going.
Is it pick time?
I think it's
let's go
pick time.
pick
Let's start at Ryan. We'll get to me because I feel like I'm the biased one here and I'm outnumbered. So go ahead, Ryan.
So yeah, I like Iowa in the money line. Then obviously I like them to cover the spread and over under here.
This is easy.
Over under here under.
My opinion.
Those are my
my
three picks.
opinion. That's easy.
My opinion. I'm sticking with those. Yeah, Iowa under.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Iowa.
Skip Stoy.
I'm doing some research.
Yeah, he's doing something. I'm gonna go Iowa. Money line, Iowa spread under. I will ride the Iowa under until the wheels fall off, just like I'm going to ride Bama until the wheels fall off.
You said Iowa under?
Iowa
ships.
under.
Okay.
If it fits, it ships.
That was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
I looked that up earlier too, Stoy.
I feel like Stoy's
Don't-
ready.
I am ready.
All right, go for it.
And I know we're all screaming under and stuff. You guys, everyone, and we always remember close games, right? We always, you guys, I'm looking at these points. I'm just going to go the last few years. 18-17, 13-3, right? Oh, yeah, it's going to be under. 44-41, 42-3, 31-17, 17-20, 27-21, 6-9, which was a hilarious year, by the way. 41-44, 35-35, 7-3. So, like,
Some of these big ones, though, they went into what? Double overtime, triple
I'm
overtime?
going to ride the Iowa under until the wheels fall off.
So, money line, Iowa. Spread, Iowa. And I am going to take the over. And it's for the fact that they're both going to score points.
Time out. Why do you think that?
Why do I think they're going to score points? What's going to happen is Iowa's defense Purdy's going to be on point at some point in the game. There's going to be a quarter or a couple series,
Stoy,
and they're going to get quick.
You know I hate cutting you off because I love you.
But you do
why
all the
in
time.
why in the hell do you think? Why do you think that? Why after what we just watched? Why does anyone think that?
I was
Were you
trying
just
to.
explaining
I was
that?
trying to.
I'm sorry. I think his headphones are broken.
Purdy has the talent. He'll go in a spurt. He'll go a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. That's when they're going to score 21 points. Okay, 17, 21 points in that little spurt. Problem is, Iowa's going to be up because of their defense, and they're also going to probably spot that. They'll probably be up 10-0 early, and then they're going to have to keep up in scoring. So they're going to end up with about 30 points, and it's going to be around that 30 to 21 area. That's why.
That's fair. That's not,
So I
that's
have to
not
take
bad.
it
You can't really argue that.
I don't mind
That's
that
why I'm
logic.
not. He's
I don't
right.
mind the
That
logic.
makes sense. What he just said made complete and utter sense. That's why I'm
Well,
not arguing it. 'Cause
on
it
the-
made sense. Because now you're going to say something dumb, and I'm going to have to argue.
No. What I'm gonna
So
say.
I was holding this
All right,
in
I'm
to
glad.
wait for you
I'm
to
glad.
go because
I'm
I
glad.
know that you have something dumb to say about.
Can you let him go? Or
Let him go.
I'll just cut your mic off.
On the contrary, I think Ferentz isn't going to learn from anything, and I think he's going to be his normal self, which is run the ball. Iowa State is going to do their strength and run the ball. So therefore, I'm definitely taking the under on this, for one. Two, I think Iowa State's offense turns it around. I think the O-line gets it together. I think the tight ends get more involved. I think the O-line actually gets some sync and creates some holes for Brees Hall. And I think Iowa State wins this. I'm taking Iowa State money line, Iowa State spread, and the under.
Quick question.
4.5.
Do you
is
know
such
who
a
calls the
weird
plays
number.
for Iowa?
No,
Ferentz' little son.
exactly. What's the common saying? Like
Daddy
father,
like
like
son?
son. Thank you. That's
No,
what I thought.
no.
That's why little James. Shout out little James.
Going with it.
But he's young.
Shout
and
out Lil
You've
J.
seen a lot more shotgun. You've seen a lot more throwing. They're recruiting receivers. So what of that tells you that they're just going to stick to running the ball?
Because that's their strength.
Oh, speaking of receivers, if we're still here at 6:30, I can get 2 Iowa receivers on the phone. I can get Jack
I
Johnson.
mean, we could
Deontay
always
Vines.
break and then come back.
They said
Otherwise, we're going to be like,
they said they have
hey
meetings till
guys,
6:30.
it's 6.
They said they have meetings till 6:30. They said that can call them. Do we have the ability to do that?
No,
No.
not tonight.
No.
Damn it!
James, you did talk about Little J. He did have a pretty sweet picture, or he got plugged into a famous Iowa State player's Instagram last week, didn't he?
Oh yeah, my son decided to just follow David Montgomery up the sideline like his little puppet.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I saw the snap.
It was awesome.
In Insta.
Right. It was
legit.
awesome. He just and then David
legit.
Montgomery just kept telling him, "Come on, kid." He just kept signing all his stuff. So yes,
Beast.
who's going on Saturday? I'll be there.
I will not.
You're not going?
No.
Okay. Well,
I got little kids soccer at 10-1.
oh, my little kid's coming with me to this game. So I'm excited for this. I think it's great that College Gameday is going to be there. I think it's great that now they're both in the top 10. And I'm just going to keep saying this till I turn white in the face. This line makes no damn sense.
When does Little J start football, by the way?
His first game is Sunday.
When can we start betting on his games?
Well, he called me last night. Little James called me last night, and he called me last night in so much excitement. He said, "Dad, they gave me a sweep. I stiff armed someone. I ran somebody over. I did a spin move and scored.
I was on the mic.
Yep, that's right. Josh heard it. You heard him say this.
I did hear it.
Called me to say this. I said,
that's my
but did
boy.
you score? He said, yeah, I scored. I said, did you do a dance? Yeah, I did a dance. And we out.
What dance did he do?
I don't know, probably a Fortnite one, but it was stiff arm spin move. My man's ready. I can't wait till we're breaking down his clips.
Clear visor.
Little James
gold
is
cleats.
ready. Oof. She's got the Odells on. Odell, not Kenny Galladay's.
Check the points after the
That
season.
was good. That was good. That was a good
I need more buttons.
Give him more buttons. He's good with this. All right, I think we're done here. That was good.
Was good.
Yeah. it's
James,
good.
do you see any big news this weekend at all?
No.
I mean, is there anything that
I was
comes
waiting for
up?
Bishop Sycamore to do something stupid. Do you know? Okay. Right. Okay. So they did do something else stupid between last week and this week. They decided. I found out about 3 days ago that they decided when they were checking into the Marriott. I'm just plugging Marriott. I don't know if it was Marriott. They paid for their rooms and bad checks.
Yep. It was awesome.
$4,000 worth of bad checks. Bishop Sycamore paid for their hotel rooms.
I think that's fraud.
I'm sorry, a what?
I'm done with Bishop Sycamore. I have nothing. Next. We're done with them. Go ahead, Stoy. Take us out.
Take us out where?
Out. We're out. Take us out.
Applebee's.
Take us downtown
Applebee's.
America. I need to take a shot.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
right.
no way to really end it. I mean, we ended it. We've only been slowly chatting for a while.
Oh, so these guys just turn it off? Do we have to say bye?
No.
Do we say bye?
check.
Oh.
Do we have like an out? We
That
need like
thing-
an outro. Don't
Yeah,
we?
An
well,
outro, so we don't have to do this.
But we always have to plug in our social medias, our Instagram, Twitter,
Oh.
TikTok.
Oh, we're not social
like,
media
follow,
guys.
Just let Ryan do it.
Subscribe.
I just want to
YouTube,
talk about
Insta,
football. I just
Twitter.
want to talk about football.
Hit us up on Twitter. We'll go live with polls next week. Right, Mark?
What is our Twitter? What is our Twitter? No BS Goon Squad, right?
No
Yeah,
BS
at No BS Goon Squad.
At
Right.
Right.
So,
So,
Goon Squad.
look, so
Insta.
this morning we went from 8 followers, so I think we've like quadrupled it
let's
now.
look- why don't we
yeah,
look
we
real
up there.
quick?
Why are we up there?
The big thing that I
Out
like
here?
big
Let
thing
the
I
big
like about
dog
these
eat.
social medias is the people that are calling us out on some of our picks.
We're on 25 followers.
Let's go.
Speaking of that,
Wait, somebody called us out?
We got a
Yeah,
call
I'm gonna
today.
Wait, who called us out?
I got a call today.
What?
about the picks?
Might as well change your name to BS Goon Squad after that Oklahoma over ISU call last week. In general, for the top.
Oh, got it.
Wait, what?
Well, we're getting called out a lot on our playoff picks. A lot.
Oh, playoff picks.
Yeah.
Our top 4.
Yeah.
Of course, Thomas comments on that.
So what did he say?
So Thomas, full disclosure.
No, we don't,
No,
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 we
no,
don't
no,
need a
Thomas.
breakdown on
He's not
Thomas.
getting a free plug.
No. What did he say?
Plugs?
What did Thomas say? He said what?
Will you say it?
Ryan, say it.
BS Goon Squad. Might as well change your name to BS Goon Squad after that Oklahoma over ISU winning the Big 12 call.
Oh.
So this is an obvious ISU fan.
Oh, yeah,
Clearly.
big time. He's a big
You know
fan.
the reason why he thinks they're going to beat Oklahoma.
I also
Clearly.
got a call today.
Hey, Thomas, can he hear me?
Oh, he'll
Thomas,
watch.
Can you hear me?
Thomas, if you can't beat you and I, you ain't beating Oklahoma.
wait.
They did beat you and I.
Excuse me? Barely. If you don't cover the spread, you don't beat them.
Good one, James.
So I also got a call today.
They were 32-point favorites.
I got a call today and was told that why would you pick Wisconsin? I was like, I don't want to be the Normal 4. He also went on to say, why'd you pick Wisconsin after they lost that week? I was like, you didn't watch this in the right order. Oh, yeah. I got blown up on Oregon, too. But why? I mean, Oregon, hey, who's going to come out of there?
Wisconsin looked like trash.
They didn't look good. Well, I
They
mean, they couldn't score.
Horrid.
Yeah, they looked like trash.
They drove the ball and
Horrid.
then would be like, hey, we're going to be in the red zone and we're going to be
We're not
like,
gonna
I'm going to
score.
miss field goals. I'm going to throw picks.
And
Like,
Michigan
I
looked
just kept hitting.
good.
I just kept hitting live under. Bet. Go.
There's-
Live
go,
under.
go,
Live
go,
under.
go.
Go.
Michigan looked good.
They did. I thought they did. Not
is
the
too long.
first.
We're getting
Not the
too long.
first quarter. But
What do you mean we're getting too long?
This is too long.
This is just extra stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut this out. We're getting too long.
I think I like
people
what I
want-
like,
people
what
want
I like
45
though is
minutes to
what
an
is
hour.
This
We're
is
getting too
chatting.
long.
He can pull some
Okay,
stuff.
What are these-
we're
Yeah, it
getting
doesn't
too long.
matter.
Get
one
it
of these
out.
comments that I do like though is when this guy says it's a plug of our picks against Iowa.
Where are all these
And
comments?
this guy comes in and says Iowa won, bruh. And we said
What?
2 out of 4 of us got it right, bruh.
Bruh.
Whoever responded to that,
Please keep calling us out.
Yes.
Keep calling us out.
You got to keep this in. People,
You know, if
please
you
call
do,
us out.
You know what? If you do
I
well
want
enough,
to be called out.
If you do it well
Please.
enough, we will actually get you on here. We'll
Yep.
do a live call.
Yep.
And we can
Absolutely.
chat about
Absolutely.
this.
Absolutely.
However, I want everyone to understand though is I think as a squad we did 72%.
So
70.
So this is simple, right? If you're gonna call us out, you better come correct.
I want you guys.
You better back it
I want
up.
you guys
You
to
better
look
back
at
it
this.
up.
Look at this comment. This guy took the time to draw a panther in all different.
You and I
That's pretty
Panthers,
epic.
baby.
This is insane.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That guy deserves a shout out.
it says low power.
It says battery's about to die.
Someone's gonna charge
You
a
might wanna
battery.
plug that one in.
All right,
This is insane.
Stoy, take us out. Outro. Stoy, take us
For
out.
the 12th time. I would like to say thank you for episode number 2.
This has
Thanks
been
for
so much
listening.
fun.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all those things that Ryan says. As well as look out for our NoBS Wealth podcast. It'll be coming soon. Hot and fresh. Shout out to, obviously, our sponsor, Black Mammoth. Also on our glasses. Shout out to Coco Creatives, our squad back there who takes care of us and gets squad. All of this put together.
Prestige worldwide.
We appreciate everybody. We look forward to next week, and I'm pretty sure someone wants to say go Cyclones.
I can't wait to load up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Make sure you get that in the chase.
Load up.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, load up.
So can we finish with
In his opinion. In his opinion.
In my humble opinion.
Less than humble.
Go State.
Well then, it's time.